Okay. So I'm going to do a wash of, from top to bottom, rather to the horizon, which I neglected to draw in. But I made it dry here, so. And this is French ultramarine blue.
What is the difference between French and regular ultramarine?
You know, I don't know. I always say ultramarine, but I always use French ultramarine.
Just a little bit of class, I'd guess.
Yeah.
A little je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Process. No, the cold press.
There's different degrees of rough.
And so because I have it on a slant, then gravity works with me here. And, but I don't have to be real careful because I'm going to be dropping a lot of other colors on, dark colors on top of this. Now I'm going to swish and just use, take it down here to my imaginary horizon line where it's dry. And so it's a little stripy, in which case I'll turn it around and I'll just, see, this is where it's nice when you have the paper stretched. And I did wet it on the other side, which maybe I shouldn't have done. Okay, so while it's wet, I'm going to go in with Payne's Gray, Violet. Yeah, I'm going to start with those. And so here's my Payne's Gray over here, I believe. I have my Payne's Gray sharing space with, oh, that might have been indigo. No, I think it's Payne's Gray. Well, even if it's indigo.
They're very close.
They're very close, yeah. It's a blue, very dark blue, gray. Okay, so I'm imagining my dark sky here. And I really want this to be thick and rich. And I'm going to add some little violet to that. And this is fun because you can keep going over this and you don't have to be quite so nervous about things not working out. I'm going to add a little burnt sienna to my Payne's Gray to make it a more neutral color. See how that looks blacker? It doesn't look so blue. And this is all going to dry lighter than it is. And so I'll get some more of that burnt sienna. And really, I'm going to get dark here. And when I'm painting like this, I don't worry about sticking one color in another well here. I can clean that up later. But the clock is ticking. I gotta go. We never did have our music today.
No, we on and off.
I don't know. I turn it off when you're doing your
Okay.
demonstration.
Oh, okay. And I just didn't know.
That wants you to compete.
Yeah, that's good.
Have to compete.
So I want to have light coming through, and so now I'm going to really get into this burnt sienna. Real earthy color here. So this is just, it's like kindergarten.
With a purpose.
Yeah. This is where you can kind of get a little action going. This is the sort of thing I used to turn my nose up at years ago, and now I think it's fun. So this is just a damp, big damp brush. And so I'm going to use a thirsty brush, and if any of you don't know what a thirsty brush is, just wet a brush, squeeze it out, let it splay, and then you just touch that bead of water that you don't want there. And you don't have to go like that, you just go, you can even collect it this way. Nope, I should have done it this way. And it just picks it right up, so then you don't have that excess. Because it's that excess that can potentially cause a bloom, and if you don't want a bloom, you want to get rid of that excess. Okay, so what am I going to do now? See, this is where you could use a water. Maybe it's raining. So you get a little texture going. Might even be some hail. Who knows? And I can put in some of the landscape features that I want to be a little blurry. So maybe this is burnt sienna with just some of the other colors I have here. And I'll put a little. So I have a hard edge, and then it's still soft up here. So maybe I'll. And then I can do the same thing. Something like that over here. And here I kind of came down with that.
It's below sea level there.
What gave you the idea for the colors that you chose?
Oh, I probably
Just by-
looked at someone's book. So, because that's what I do a lot of when I teach my demos is I see what the old guys did. Why reinvent the wheel? So. And one thing about landscapes is landscapes love zigzags. So we'll put a little zigzag in there. Ooh, that was good. See that?
Yeah.
Zigzag? Looks like the land has a little.
Northern Lights.
Yeah. So now I can keep going. This is going to dry lighter. So what I could do is go in with some even more intense color. So you could get going on yours, and eventually, when it's drier, I might put some green in. Suggest some trees down here, and imagine this is snow.